What is up, fam? Welcome back to the Steep Stuff Podcast. I'm your host, James Lariello, bringing you an episode today with none other than Allie Mack. Super excited to get to catch up with Allie just after her third place finish at the Sunapee Scramble last week. We talked about what it meant for Allie, a former world title holder, to be able to go back and compete at Worlds again for her 8th team. We talked about the Stoke level going into Broken Arrow. We talked a lot. Allie almost didn't race this race after dealing with some health and injury stuff. And the fact that she showed up on the start line and gave us an absolute show, running within herself, but basically running at the front of the race almost the entire race. Allie's one of my favorite people in the sport. It was super fun to get to chat with her and just catch up and kind of see where things are going. And it's going to be a really exciting season. So, guys, without further ado, I hope you enjoy this one. Miss Allie Mack. Allie Mack, welcome back to the Steep Stuff Podcast. How's it going?
Hey, it's going great. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. I'm so happy to have you back on. It's always good to catch up and chat. You're like one of my favorite people in the sport, so it's always fun to see how you're doing. Obviously, you must be riding a high right now after qualifying for Team USA. About a week removed now. Last week at Sunapee. So, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. It's really special, really special. How I describe it is, this will be my 8th team since 2014. And, I used to look at Joe Gray, like years ago, even just how he would have this huge number of teams. And I always thought it was cool, but I was like, always wondered if it just like kind of lost its attraction. Like, was it easy for him? Because he just like made all these teams. And I'm just tapping into that, having been on 8 teams, and I just want to say, like, it gets more special each time. And I didn't expect that feeling, but I think it's really the direction our sport is going. It just is getting deeper and deeper, and it makes it all the more special to make a team. And so, I mean, I had confidence going into this season, like maybe the last couple months. I think winter was kind of hard. I don't know. I just wasn't quite there with the mindset, and it came back pretty nicely and had a great spring. But going into the race, there were a few issues I was having health-wise the week before, but other than that, like, I felt confident, but still it was like having made the team feels more special than I could have anticipated.
Yo, I knew it was gonna happen. I saw you like, when did we run into each other at the gym? It was
like a week and a half before the race. Yes, I remember. And I was on the Stairmaster and I'm like hunched over dying, which I don't go that hard. I don't know. I was just like extra tired that day, but yes. I look like I was pushing my limits.
I was astonished, Allie. I was like,
thanks.
oh my God. I was like, as soon as I went back to that, I was like, Allie's not only like, I really thought you were gonna, and you damn well almost won the race. Like, I was really, really impressed. It's funny, Sean, who's the PT, shout out to Sean Rimmer. He'll probably listen to this, but he like taps on my shoulder and I look over because I'm like, I thought you were running on the treadmill for a second. I look over and then I realized it's a Stairmaster, and I was like, "Yo, that's impressive." I was like, "I don't think I can hold that." Like, that was crazy. So yeah, no, I'm not gonna say I predicted it, but I kind of had a feeling after watching that workout. So yeah.
Thank you.
Amazing to follow along. So, all right, let's talk about the race a little bit. I mean, obviously I was a commentator for it. Got to talk to you after the race. Got to kind of follow along. We had eyes on you guys the whole time. Most of the time, I should say. You raced it pretty aggressively. Like, you went out like you were in typical Allie fashion, and you led the race almost wire to wire. How did you feel? Were you comfortable the whole time? You looked like you didn't look like you were pushing too crazy. You looked like you were within yourself. Maybe talk about how the race unfolded for you.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about the race because it was a fun one for me, and I can't say that about many races the last couple years. I could probably mention a couple. Moab last year went pretty awesome. Like, Moab's always a special place for me, and I feel good and stuff. But I don't know. The last couple of years has kind of been unpredictable for me. I can have great training and then just not feel myself in races, and And so it's nice to have like that little winter break and kind of start fresh. Um, but yeah, I felt great, and I didn't have, I kind of just ran like I like to run. And yeah, it looked like I went out aggressive, but yeah, I felt so calm. And I think part of it was having, yeah, I had hip pain before the race and wasn't 100% sure if I should race, and kind of just that mind distraction, even though it was very stressful. In another way, I wasn't thinking about the like particular things before a race, like, you think about like what you're eating and like how you're like warming up and all that stuff. And that stuff was just not even a factor. It was just so focused on my hip, and I was just so upset over it. And yeah, and so like the night before, I had a few drinks and was just really casual. Because I wasn't like fully sure I was racing. And then even the next morning, I did not feel like I wanted to race on it, but I wanted to go for a run. Like, hip pain aside, like just everything inside of me just needed a run. And so as the morning progressed and we got there and warmed up, like especially uphill, I noticed the my hip didn't hurt too bad. And so yeah, then it just kind of turned into like, yay, I get to go run. Like I'm just it's not like an ultra. I'm like 9 miles. Like that's my favorite kind of run any day of the week. And so that's kind of with the mindset I had that morning. And I mean, I was scared I might have to drop if my hip got bad, but other than that, it was like at the end of the day, I'm gonna get a 9 mile run in, and that's what I love to do. And so we went out, and yeah, I felt really controlled. I kind of was wondering, like, I wasn't surprised I was leading, but I kind of was. I was like, this feels easy right now, and so I'm like happy with how, because sometimes I do go out really hard and ruin the whole race. But yeah, I stayed calm, and I having Lauren and Anna there like the whole time was like, normally that stresses me, but it was fun. It was comforting, and we kind of, like, Anna definitely caught us and then passed us. And so like we weren't as together, but Lauren and I were pretty together most of the race. We only talked, like exchanged a few words, but it was just it was fun. And yeah, I don't know if you have any specific questions at the different spots. I really liked the first loop, and again, I thought I knew the course from 2 years ago, but it definitely, but then I like realized of like a week before that it was gonna have the technical part, and I also didn't realize the second loop was longer, and so it was kind of like when we're in there, I'm like, this is not ending, and there was one time I kind of slipped, and Lauren was behind me, and I was just like, Lauren, this is so fun to run together, but this is also ridiculous. This is like so muddy, so rocky. Yeah, and so we kind of laughed, but yeah, and then I was cautious on the downhill a little bit just with my hip, but at the same time, I think we rock and rolled it, and again, it was great to have Lauren pull me along and have someone to um, kind of uh, gauge my speed after. I was in the lead on the first downhill. Well, Lauren passed me, and then I passed her before we came through. But I remember thinking, even though I was in the lead on the first part of the downhill, I was just like pretending I wasn't, because I definitely need to push the downhills. And so I was like, this is where you catch her. I was just like making up someone in the distance. And yeah, and so definitely tried to pick it up, and then Lauren was right there, which was really helpful.
That's interesting. I have so many questions off this. I gotta say, so like that's I mean, the way you describe it is actually a little bit different than like what we, because we only had cameras on you guys in certain areas. We had cameras going up the, like we had cameras obviously when you guys came back around after the first lap. We had cameras in the glades, and we had cameras on the second really technical climb on the technical aspect of the second climb. Where from what Anna described and the way you described it, I guess that's where Anna made a move. That's kind of what it seemed like. Did you pursue? Did you chase? Or were you just like, I kind of know that I'm on the team. Like, I mean, there was really, other than you and Lauren, you guys were kind of alone, the three of you.
Yeah, I
So.
definitely didn't think that. Uh I remember she passed us, and it was amazing to watch her because I felt like you could only go so fast in that section. Like there was water that was like almost calf high and then sinking mud, and then you're going over rocks like half my size. And so and I like that stuff, but it just felt hard to move too quickly. And then when she did pass us, she took off, and I'm like, dang, like I don't know. I don't know how she did it, but it was really inspiring. And I didn't overthink it though. I was like, I can't move that fast right now, and I'm just gonna keep doing me. And Lauren stayed with me, and so like that kind of like made sense to me. I mean, like I don't know, it didn't freak me out. So I was like, okay. And then I had no idea where anyone else was, but again, I felt like we were moving at a good clip, and it yeah, I didn't feel pressure to chase her. And yes, making the team was like the huge goal. So if someone had come up behind, that would have been terrible. But I stayed calm and kind of yeah, I wasn't as concerned about winning, I guess. Like maybe if I was, I would have tried to chase harder, but something in me was really comfortable and just wanted to kind of keep doing my thing and not blow up and or get injured.
Well, you did absolutely amazing. It was so much fun to
Oh,
follow. I
thank
got to
you.
ask you about the course was stupid hard. I felt like everybody was slipping and sliding. We were watching people falling. Like it was ridiculous. Did you I know you said you kind of slipped that one time. Did you have any big spills, or were you good?
Yeah, that one was like it was like slow motion, like you're going over these rocks and just kind of like slid down one. But no, on the very last downhill where it was still ski hill, grassy mud, I clipped a toe in Superman, and Lauren was
Oh
like
man.
probably like 10 feet ahead of me. And yeah, where it's like the last mile. And of course I'm like trying to chase her, but I know her talent and skill, and I didn't feel like I didn't want to say like I don't think I could have caught her, but I also yeah, I don't think I totally had that capability, so I wasn't gonna I don't know, just go above my means in that moment. I'm like, just stick with her. And then someone yelled, we had some space. So I was like, okay, all right, if I just secure third. And so, but anyways, I'm trying to like still move really fast just to like keep within reach of her. And yeah, I just like Supermaned it. But you pop up fast on that terrain. It hurt a little, but that was probably my biggest one.
Oh man, that's crazy. Wow, what a course. I think it was just like it was an amazing day. I have to be honest with you, from my perspective, like commentating it and then getting to talk to you guys after, like it was such a interesting and fun and exciting moment to be able to share that with you guys and have those conversations, because like you could see the elatement on your guys' face and just the relief, the elatement, the excitement. It was there's not a lot of ways to describe it. I have to say, like, it completely made me fall back in love with the sport all over again. Like I was like, damn, like this is such a fun sport to see, like get to like talk to you guys after you just did this incredible accomplishment and accomplished this major feat. So yeah, pretty. It was very special day.
Oh, I love hearing that. Like we feel the same for sure.
It's cool stuff. How does it like? It's so interesting to me because, like you said, like you were pretty candid and open about it. You're like, there was a possibility you might have not started this race. Like you almost didn't do it. But now that you did do it, does the pressure feel a little more off for Broken Arrow, or are you keeping the pressure on as far as, because like you've got a damn good shot at making the vertical team too. Like what's your thought process there?
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's like I'm a head case, and so it goes. It changes every day, and that was the thing. It was like if I didn't race, it's like okay, well then we put all into Broken Arrow, and I was excited about that, but it also put a lot of pressure on for myself. And I remember just like yes, I was on the hotel floor just crying, like being a baby, and Dylan, my fiance, was like, well, you like the vertical the best anyways. Like if you don't do this, you still have a chance for that. And I remember just saying like, no, I love the classic so much. Like I want to make like it would mean more to make this team. And then and I did it and so happy and stuff. But then immediately my mind shifts. I'm like, wait, the vertical is my favorite. And so it's like it really didn't take I'm like it didn't take any pressure or wishes off from Broken Arrow, but yeah, it did a little bit. It won't be like as big of a heartbreak if I don't make it. I still am on a world's team, which is the ultimate goal and to be there. But yeah, I definitely want the vertical too. I think it's gonna be even more difficult, if not as difficult. But yeah, I do love the vertical. So yeah, we'll see.
I know you're hard on yourself because most of athletes at the highest caliber are. I think we wouldn't be. I should say you wouldn't be like, and your Joe Gray's the world. Like I don't think you would be where you're at. Like if it wasn't for like being like obviously your biggest critic, being hard on yourself. But you've accomplished so much in this sport, and like you're only accomplishing more. Have you started thinking about like legacy and like where that lies, and like your thoughts on like you just a career in general? Just because like you're already a world champion. You've made, is this your eighth or ninth team? Did you say this is your eighth team?
Eighth.
This is your
Yeah.
eighth team. So like you're already one of the greatest female mountain runners ever. I don't know if you ever think about that, but that's kind of crazy. Like how does that
No, I
reconcile
don't.
with it? Yeah, what do you that's isn't that wild to like think about? Like you have a chance to continue just to paint a beautiful legacy in the sport. Like how do you think about that?
Um, I really appreciate people like you saying that and reminding me of that um, because I definitely don't feel it. It's very every year's like its own to me, and yeah, well, if I have a tough year, I just feel like I don't have it anymore, and if I have a good year, it's really special or a good race. However, I think I had some thoughts on that. I kind of lost it, but yeah, I think it's cool to like just know like what has been done and then watch the I guess that's what I'm saying. Uh, I feel like I'm getting old. And then I'm like, I don't know, because people have been kind of putting that in my ear talking about legacy and then or like how I've done it and then it makes me feel old and like it's like a shock. I'm still doing the shorter stuff, but they're always saying it in a positive light, which is like really awesome. But it kind of like then it makes me think I'm like, oh damn, I might not have as much time in the shorter distances or whatever. But then I'm like, no, I'll be 35 at the end of this year, and Joe's a great example. There's so many people. The 35 is still really young.
You have so much time. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm like, not that I had ever used that as an excuse, but maybe that's why it also felt special to make the team. I feel like I'm on the older end, but at the same time, I think I'm as fast as I was in 2014, or I have the capability, but and plus the knowledge and the strength and so much more. So if I can just like kind of combine everything, all the knowledge and stuff, and still have that speed, and like someone like Max King, actually Zach Miller was talking to me the other day just about how impressive it is that I'm still making the classic teams like 11 years later from when he and I first made the one in 2014. And he quoted Max King saying like if you keep doing the speed and the shorter stuff, you're not going to lose it. It's when you do like fully move on from it. And I think just with social media now, and I see people who are running ultras doing kind of speed work or shorter distance stuff, and I always think they don't have that, but I think we're all like learning from each other that yeah, we're capable of staying fast. And yeah, so I need to get that out of my head because I'm definitely not old. Um and yeah, I think I will say, I mean, I think winning worlds was so 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 special, and I had that golden trail week the week before, and that was just such a fun week where I didn't expect much from myself, really. I don't want to say expect much, but I did not expect to win. And I think sometimes I do go in the mindset thinking I should win, and that's when I don't do as well. And I remember those weeks specifically of having no expectations of winning and just running because I love it, and it worked really well. Um, and so, but I think after that, there was a level of pressure that I should be winning everything, but also a contradicting thing that I was like, oh, I did it. Like, I didn't, I don't, I didn't maybe have as much drive because, uh, yeah, because like I accomplished something big and I thought the rest would come easy. And so, like, yeah, there was a weird dynamic going on there in 2023 and then kind of maybe bled into 2024. But I feel like I'm starting fresh again and just running because I love it.
I love it. I love it. You know what? Not to change the subject too hard, but like, yo, we're sending a squad this year.
Yes, we are.
We're sending a squad. Like the Euros should be terrified at the team that we're sending. Like you got, and especially like I think both. Like I'm sure whoever like makes the vertical team as well. But like, yo, that Mountain Classic team, good luck beating you guys. Like it's just.
I love it so much. And I think, yeah, I love like everyone on the team has, they do, we all do Golden Trail a fair amount. And so we race a lot of those same shorter distance girls. And like, we're a big chunk of the Golden Trail Series races that do really well. And so I don't know what my point is there, but I just think that's like, that just shows something in itself. And in going with that team, again, it's like so motivating because even though we're competing against each other, that's like more competition for each of us in that same race. But I don't know, I like it. It's like we're gonna pull each other along. And I've never really, I don't like I train with friends in Colorado Springs, and then if we're on the road, I'll meet up with people occasionally, but it's mostly but I do a lot alone, and this is like probably the first time that like I haven't told the girls this, but I'm like, I don't know, it'd be really fun to meet up times before. I mean, we'll see each other at other races, but I'm like, we should do just like a little weekend together.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I just think, yeah, team bonding. Like we don't, all of us might train differently, so we don't have to like do a run together. But I just want to do more as a team because I think it's a good group.
Yeah, I think you should. I think that's a really good idea, especially like I don't know, like I think we make this I think the polar shift needs to be made like on the teams, especially like with us sending people over now, like the team should have more camaraderie and more like get together and more like really knowing each other and understanding like team dynamics on who has strengths and weaknesses, just things like that. Especially because like you are champion, like you have that mindset because you know what it takes to win. So I think there's a lot of experience as well that you could pass on, especially and Lauren as well. Like Lauren's been around, like she's been on the teams before, and obviously Grayson, but like there's just so much team experience that I think you guys could probably pass off to Anna as well. I like I said, I would beat if I was your competitor. I'd be freaking terrified, dude.
Yes,
Way,
I think
no
we
way.
have big potential. And yeah, you bring up Lauren. I'm really excited to be on the team with her again. And she was on the team in Thailand in 2022, and then she was actually a junior in 2017 when I was on the senior team back then. And I don't remember all the dynamics of that year, but I do remember becoming good friends with her. Like, and I don't know, I kind of joked because she was a junior. I was like, yeah, I had more fun hanging out with the juniors this year. And we kind of connected then because she was from Colorado. And yeah, just kind of, and then she was starting college and kind of followed her career here and there. And she'd run summer races and would see her. But now, yeah, now we're on another team together. And just that fun on and off the course.
I love it. I love it. I was going to ask you another question. Oh, that's Dylan. So having Dylan there, it must have been really special to have him there and have him get to see, this beautiful finish and everything, especially because he knew so much that like what goes into it. And obviously the fact that you almost didn't even do it and then you go and race the race, like that must have been very special to share it with him.
Absolutely. Yeah, just like the whole weekend could have gone in a different direction. And so to have like gone through like all the stuff before the race and then getting an ending like that was really special. This was the first time he's seen me qualify for a US team. And but what's even like I don't know. What I like even more is this is his will be his second season watching me run, and he's learned so much. He knows almost all the people that I'm either friends with or who's in the sport, and he just gets it. And so like last year, I felt like it was a lot of like I don't know, me dragging him around. Well, no, I should never say that. He loves it, but like talking. But he picked it up real quick. He follows stuff on Instagram, and so yeah, he knows what's up. And also, he's just so calm. Like through all of this, like debating whether to race, he would just come up with options. Like he's like, we can stay in Boston and not even go and fly home, or we can go and you can warm up and see how you feel. And he just lays out the options for me when I can't think for myself, and is just supportive either way. And he knows like when I go through injuries, like what it does to me. And so yeah, he just was I have always been kind of independent uh and yeah, think I can do everything by myself. And I just think if I had been at that race alone, granted I have like all the support of the community, but it's not the same. And so I don't put too much thought into this, but I was like, I can't imagine having been there without him. Just getting through the whole thought process and then getting to enjoy the outcome with him.
That's so
Yeah.
special. That's amazing.
Mhm.
All right, Allie. I think we're good on this one. I want to say congratulations again. I'm so happy for you, and I cannot wait to go follow along. Obviously, Broken Arrow in the next couple weeks, and then just your journey throughout the summer, and then on to Worlds. Like I said, I'm terrified for whoever has to race you guys. So it's going to be so much fun to follow along, and I hope it's an amazing summer for you. And congratulations, like so well. You're such a hard worker. So cool to see you make another team.
Yay! Thank you.
No problem. Listen up, guys. The Steep Stuff podcast is brought to you by Ultimate Direction USA. Guys, I am so excited. UD just dropped their new Race Vest 6-liter and Ultra Vest 12-liter in 2 beautiful aesthetic colors. You guys got to check these new vests out. They're dynamic in ways like that you just have never seen from an Ultimate Direction vest. Very stretchy, lots of storage, beautiful aesthetic colorways coming to you in a new, like a white and blue and an onyx and green. Just absolutely beautiful vests. I think these ones are just like some of the best products we've ever dropped, and I'm so excited for you guys to try them out. Hop on ultimatedirection.com and use code SteepStuffPod. Again, that's SteepStuffPod for 25% off your new vest. I mean, they're already affordably priced, but 25% off is just going to make it so much more affordable for folks in an already increasingly expensive trail running environment. So hop on ultimatedirection.com, get yourself a new vest, a pack, or any hydration solution, and let me know what you guys think.